friends, welcome back. In previous videos we have discussed relations, types of relations, equivalence relations and all. Now in this video we are going to discuss about functions. Already in grade 11 you have learned about functions, what's meant by a function, how to find the domain and range of a function, types of functions, etc. So just let us take a recap of all these concepts, because before we move on to the types of functions onto one, many, one and bijective function, the concept of functions, how to find the domain and range of a function, these things must be very, very clear for you. So what is meant by a function? Let us first take a relation R from A to B. Now a relation, when it obeys or satisfies a particular condition, it becomes a function. What is that condition? In a relation from A to B, A is known as the domain of the relation and B is known as the codomain of the relation. Now, if each and every element of the domain has a unique image in the codomain B, then that relation is known as a function. If each and every element of the domain has a unique image in the codomain, then that type of relation is known as a function. So all functions are relations, but all relations are not functions. So if this is the set of functions, then this will give you the set of relations from A to B. So set of functions is a subset of the set of relations. Let us take an example. Now here this is the arrow diagram of a relation. Two sets A and B, where there is a relation from A to B. This is the domain. I have taken three elements in the domain and there are few elements in the codomain. Now, this is a relation from A to B. But this is not a function because you can see an element without an image. So this element has no image, which is against the definition of a function. So this is not a function. Now if we do like this, then you can see that all the elements of the domain now have images and each element has a unique image. So this is a function. But again, if I do like this, now the first condition is satisfied, that means all the elements of the domain have images. But that unique condition is not satisfied because the third element has two images, which is against the definition of a function. So unique image is not there, therefore this is a relation but not a function. Hope it is clear for you. So two conditions, all the elements of the domain must have images. Second condition, each element has a unique image in the codomain. Now when we write f of x is equal to y under a function f, then we say that the image of x is y and the pre-image of y is x. So the image of x is y and the pre-image of y is x. Now in this function, the set of all x, that is your domain, and the set of all y in the codomain which have pre-images in the domain, that is your range. So domain means the set of all x in A such that f of x is equal to y, that is your domain, and the set of all y in B such that f of x is equal to y. Some x must be there as the pre-image of y. That set of y is known as the range of the function. So A is the domain, B is the codomain, and the elements here in this arrow diagram, only two elements have got the pre-images. So these two elements, the set of these two elements will give you the range of the function. That is the meaning of domain and range of a function. So domain means the set of all inputs and range means the set of all outputs. Now these inputs and outputs, it is depending upon the, both depend upon the nature of the function. So according to the function only we will be able to determine the domain and range. So we are taking a function f of x as x square plus 2. Suppose the function is x square plus 2, which is a polynomial, quadratic polynomial. What is the domain of this function? Means what can you give as the value of x? So this is y is equal to x square plus 2. Y is equal to x square plus 2. The set of all values of x is your domain. The set of all values of y is your range. So here x square plus 2, you can give anything in the place of x. So the domain is the set of all real numbers. One thing you need to take care, here we are discussing about real valued functions. So domain, codomain and range, all these must be subsets of the set of real numbers R. We are not allowed to take any imaginary number. So here x can be any real number. So domain is equal to the set of all real numbers. Now range means the set of all values of y. After putting the values of x as there any real number in the place of x, what will you get as the value of y? So here see x square plus 2. X square, so a perfect square, is always positive or greater than or equal to 0. So the minimum value of x square is 0. So the minimum value of x square plus 2 is 0 plus 2, which is equal to 2. So y can take any value greater than or equal to 2, not less than 2. So what is the range here? The range is equal to 2 to infinity. Anything greater than or equal to 2 means closed interval, here 2 to infinity. Infinity is always open key. Now another example. F of x is equal to 1 minus x by x. Whenever we write a fraction like this, we write there x not equal to 0. Why x not equal to 0? Because when x is equal to 0, this fraction is not possible. That is the only one value of x, that is 0, in which this is not possible. So what is the domain? All other real numbers except 0. So domain here is r minus set 0. R minus set 0. Now after putting these values as x, what are the possible values of y? That is your range. For that, this is y is equal to 1 minus x by x. That implies cross multiply xy is equal to 1 minus x, which implies xy plus x is equal to 1. That is x into y plus 1 is equal to 1. That is x is equal to 1 by y plus 1. And this x means it is f inverse y. So f inverse y is equal to 1 by y plus 1. When we write 1 by y plus 1, immediately we write y plus 1 not equal to 0. Y plus 1 not equal to 0 means y not equal to minus 1. So which value of y is not possible? Minus 1 is not possible. So what is the range, or what are the possible values of y? It is range. All other real numbers except minus 1. So we can write the set of real numbers minus the singleton set minus 1. That is the range. Now another example. F of x is equal to root of 9 minus x square. Square root function. Here also the problem comes because root of a negative number is imaginary. So if you get anything inside the root as negative, there will not be any real image. So in order to find out the domain, the restriction here is 9 minus x square must be greater than or equal to 0. That implies 9 is greater than or equal to x square. That means x square less than or equal to 9. X square less than or equal to 9 means what is the variation of x? Minus 3 to plus 3, including minus 3 and plus 3. Closed interval. We call it as the closed interval. So domain here is closed interval minus 3 to plus 3. Now for the range what do you do? Y is equal to root of 9 minus x square, which implies squaring both sides we get y square is equal to 9 minus x square, which again implies x square is equal to 9 minus y square, which implies x is equal to root of 9 minus y square. X means f inverse y, so f inverse y is equal to root of 9 minus y square. What are the values of y? So again the same condition will follow. 9 minus y square must be greater than or equal to 0. 9 is greater than or equal to y square, or y square is less than or equal to 9. So again we will get the same variation, that is minus 3 to plus 3 for the values of y. But do not take the values from minus 3 to plus 3, because if you take like that, the problem comes, there will not be a unique image for anything. So root 1 will go to minus 1 and plus 1 as well. So which is not possible for a function. So take only the positive values. That means y will be from 0 to closed interval 0 to plus 3 only. That is your range. So this is the method of calculating the domain and range of a function. Hope it is clear for you. Next video we will discuss about the types of functions. Thank you.